In this video, I'm going to teach you how easy it is to create a great looking email campaign with EzyMarketer. So we go over here to EzyMarketer and then slide down to Emailer. Then we click on Email Campaigns. Okay, so we can see that I've sent quite a few different campaigns out here. You can send as many as you want with EzyMarketer. Now what I generally do is I usually create a Word doc first, or actually it's a Google Doc that I use because most of our stuff is all done online, which is Google Docs is awesome for that. So I create my email and I even add the images that I want to use. All right, so I have all that already here to go. So all I need to do is cut and paste it into the into EzyMailer. So if we come up here first, I'm going to this one up the top. I'm going to use that as the name. So if we come over here to the plus symbol, we're going to create a new campaign. Okay, all sorts of different templates that you can use. I just like to use the create your own. So it starts with a blank canvas. Put the campaign name in here. Okay, now we look at the subject line. So I come across here and I grab my subject line. You can see a little thing here that this little emoji on the end. I like putting emojis in a subject line. It sort of makes it stand out a lot more. It makes your email stand out a lot more amongst the myriad of emails that people get every day. So I come back over here. There it is. So that's in there now. In this section here is the editor, and you've got a full-on editor here with all lots of tools to make your page look fantastic. So the first thing we're going to do at the top is add an image. So I'm just going to enter, and I'm going to center the image. Then I come back over here, and we can see this header that I want to put in there. So if I come back here, and I go to Images, the little image icon, go to the browser, browse the server, I should say, and we can see here all the different images that I've already put in there. So I've already got this one in here, so that one is going to go in. So now I use that. I'll show you in a moment how to add more in here. Okay, so there it is. Brand new website builder and training. Now we come back over to the text. Okay, so the percentage, first name, percentage, that will put the first name of the person in your contact, from your contact list, their first name in there for you. So now I'm going to highlight this text that I want and grab that, Control C, come back over here to EzyMarketer. Now, instead of pasting straight into the editor, there's a little function up here for Word. Now, see, paste from Word. So if we do that, it'll keep the highlighting that you've used in your document. So Control V. Okay, there we go. Now, one thing that Word actually does, or Google Docs does the same thing too, it adds an extra line space, which is a little annoying. So just go and delete it and then enter again. So delete and then press enter. Delete, press enter. Bit of a pain, but there's nothing that we can do about that on there. So we can see that's kept everything that was bold on there. Delete, enter. Delete, enter. Whoops, I deleted it again. Enter. Okay, nearly there. Okay, now just send this, and I want that to be bold as well. It wasn't bold on my original, but I can just bold it there by Control B. Okay, we've got all that. I'm just going to add some line spaces down here. We'll get rid of those shortly. And now we've got another image. So let's come across to what image? Okay, this one here is of the dashboard. Now, let me just drag over and I'll show you a couple of little tips here. So here it is on here. Now, we need to keep our images to be 700 pixels or less. And if we have a look at this, we can see that that's 1120 pixels wide. So if we right click on the image and then edit with Paint 3D. Now you can use lots of different online editors and so forth as well, but I'm doing this today on a Windows machine, so I'm using just Paint 3D. And come over here to Canvas, and I reduce that down to 700. Oops. 700 pixels, because that's the width, the perfect width for the email editor. I'm going to save that. Now another little tip is image sizes. Now I'm not saying sizes in 700 because we can see that's 700 now, but look at this, that's 150 kilobytes, all right, kilobits I should say. We want all of our images to be as small as possible for both our websites and our emails because it loads so much quicker. So a little tip for you is tinypng.com. So if you go to tinypng.com, and now I'm going to find, where are we? Here we go. I'm going to drag and drop this image onto there. And what it does, it compresses it for you. Lots of different tools that you could use, but this is the one that is my favorite. So now I'm going to delete it from there. Now I'm going to download it again. We can see we've just saved 68% of size there. So download him again. Okay, so now there he is on here, and it's only 47 now instead of what, 150 or whatever it was before. So if I come back now, let me maximize that, and I want to add that image in here, so I'm going to center it again, go up to the images, browse server. I don't have that image in here, so we go up here to the upload button, to the cloud button. Choose your file, and we go here to my downloads, and we've got Software Hub. Okay, upload it. So within EzyMarketer you can store your images and keep going back and using these in all future emails as well. So now there it is, it's there now, so I'll click on that and I want to use it. Okay, if you've forgotten to change the size of the image, you can actually do it here as well. But I always like to do it beforehand, and I'll just get in the habit of always getting my images done before I go to do my emails. And the same with the websites as well. Whenever I build a website, I'll go and use tinypng and reduce the size of the image first. Click on OK, and now it's in there. So now we go back and we go to our text again. Grab the text, Control C, so that is why I use the word import instead of pasting in there. So I made that mistake on purpose. Okay, so delete that out. Now we go up here to the word, paste from Word, Control V, pop him in, there we go. Now this time there isn't any spacing, so there's just no logic for that happening, and we've got absolutely no idea of why sometimes it'll have a double space, sometimes it has a single space. The reason why it does it is because it does. Okay, so now I want to add another image on the bottom, so I go up here to my images again, browse the server, I'm going to grab it out of my downloads file, Rob signature, open. See, I've already changed that to 700 pixels. I'm going to upload it, and there it is. So that's stored on our server with all of the other images too. Use it. Okay, sometimes it changes the size just a little bit. We can see there that that's now 697 pixels. If you want to change it, make it exact 700, up to you. A couple of pixels is not going to make any difference. Okay, so there it is. So I'll add a space in there. Okay, so by pasting using the word facility up the top here, it even keeps your links in there. So if, let's say that link wasn't there, if I go and grab that and say it wasn't a link, up here we've got links. So we can click on the link and then paste the link in there. Click on OK. And the same goes, I think I had another one. Yeah, so these links. So it keeps all those links in there for you, which is awesome. So now we want to send a test. So I can go and send a test to myself. So I'm going to send that from newsletter at EzyMarketer. And one of the great things here with this is that you can use this for every domain that you host with us. So if you host 20 different domains, you can send emails from all of those 20 different domains. I'm going to send that to my Gmail account to test it and preview it. I always do a test first. Okay, that's been sent, so now I'll go and check my email. So I've just checked my email and here it is. It's got all the images and everything in here. Looks pretty good. Pretty happy with that. So now we go back here and now we save it. Okay, so that's saved. We can see in here that that has not been sent. So the next thing that we want to do is to schedule when do we want to send the email. Okay, so what's pretty cool with this is that you can go and gang up a lot of different emails. You might want to do some work on a weekend and have emails going out to your clients during the week and then go and schedule it for some time in the following week. Totally up to you. So if we look at the actions on the right hand side, you click on the little eye and that will enable you to preview it. If you want to make some changes, you can go and click on the edit symbol. If you want to clone the email, so if you've done one before and you've liked it, but you want to maybe just go and change a bit of the wording around or something, you can clone it to save creating the entire email again. And then this little icon here is the send. So if we go to send, and then the first thing we do here now is select which mailing list that we want to go and send from. So you can create unlimited contact lists with your EzyMarketer account. So I'm just going to select one from the top here. I'm going to select one with nothing in it. That one just here. It's not allowing me to do that because there are no contacts in there, so I can't send an email to something with no contacts. If you want to send to a list that you haven't created yet, go and have a look at the contact list training video and learn how to do that. So now I scroll down to the bottom and I can schedule it if I want to. So if I click here on schedule, you can choose the date and the time zone that you want that to go out for. And if I want to send the email campaign now, I just select that and now click send. Now, of course, I'm not going to send that now. So let me go and schedule it for a couple of days' time. And I'll go and delete it again shortly. So that's set to go off at about 6 p.m. Bangkok time. So if I click on schedule. Okay, so we can see in here now, if we look at our email campaigns, we can see this one up the top is the latest one we just did. It's going to this list name. And we can see here that it's going out on the 10th of February at 5:57 p.m. and it's scheduled to go. So that's how simple it is to go and create awesome looking emails and how to schedule them too.